Hello everyone, Treecks here. Welcome back to Driver 2. Today we're going to be continuing with the Undercover mode. Just a little recap, in case you forgotten what we've been doing. Yeah, every single time you actually load in the save file, you will actually get a little bit of recap of what we've been doing.
You know what these
In this case,
mean,
only Chicago missions, of course. We know about the Brazilian gang member who suddenly got killed in a bar in Chicago. We know it was all about Pink Lenny, the accountant of Solomon Caine. And that Lenny himself is now getting second thought about switching gangs. We've also found out that the Brazilians indeed have plans. They're shipping in stuff towards the United States. But then we were greeted by the hitman Jericho, who was hired by Solomon Caine.
I'm Solomon Caine.
Then we met the man himself. However, we escaped. And now we are actually heading towards Cuba.
Check this out. The street says Lenny gave Caine a brush off and cut some kind of deal with Vasquez. As to where Lenny's getting rained on, I got zip. But if we don't find his sorry ass, Caine and Vasquez are gonna square up, and Chicago streets are gonna run blood red. So what's your next play, Tanner?
Follow the Cuba lead. Lenny needs protection from Caine, and back to Vasquez is the only place he can go. He's gotta be heading for Havana.
Yeah, finding what you're looking for in a city that big is not going to be easy. But luckily these Brazilians are easily recognizable by the dragon tattoos that they have. Eventually we were able to find one. Now it's just a matter of following him. And hopefully that is going to lead towards Pink Lenny. Finally. We've been wanting to have a talk with that guy. This is going to be another following mission therefore. One with the proximity meter. Follow up the lead.
Just tail this guy. Nice and easy.
So we start off nice and easy here in Havana. However, I don't do nice and easy.
Squeeze up.
Full speed.
Hang back.
Until we need to hang back. Wait until we need to squeeze up.
Squeeze up.
And then step on the gas again.
Hang back.
Brake. Yeah, this is what I do in order to make missions like these fun. Otherwise, come on. Too boring. Let's go. High speed chase, that is what I want.
Squeeze up.
So I'll make it a high speed chase by just keep on moving into the squeeze up area of my proximity meter. The mission looks like to be a long one. The one in Chicago I'm pretty sure was less than a minute long. And this one is around 2 minutes long. So I guess this one is definitely a bit more difficult compared to the first one. Since we need to keep it up for a bit longer.
Hang back. Get out of here.
Come on, get out of the way. I'd like to play around, but not that much. If it ends up me losing this mission, then of course it's not fun.
Get out of the way, man.
I'm also making sure that Jones is having a good time, actually. We always laugh sitting next to me. Hey, they're not calling me the driver for nothing.
Hang back.
Let's go make it even more interesting. Let's go drive backwards. Hopefully I've got the chance to actually reverse. Looks like I do. Going backwards. At least this way I'm not going to be able to reach my full speed, therefore this might actually be the perfect speed to actually try to follow this guy. It's not like I'm drawing any attention here. People actually try and reverse all the time here. Let's go try to throw cars at him, just like we did in Chicago. Ah, come on, he took the turn way too soon. Oh, and apparently this parked car was occupied. It's actually starting to move now.
Hang back.
Oh, never mind. We're not actually allowed to leave our car in this mission. Stay in your car, you're tailing.
Squeeze up.
Well, I guess the game is right about that. But we have finally arrived. It was a bit of a difficult mission. I was not able to think of enough things in order to keep myself busy. But I was able to. And it looks like he's also been playing around, looking at the front of his car. He also got some damage. But we have been able to stay with him. So I'm going to assume this is going to be where the Brazilians are actually hiding. Lenny should be here. And let's go actually take a look at what everybody's doing over here.
We're moving out tomorrow.
It's not enough time, senor.
If Vasquez says it's enough time, it's enough time. All trucks in 48 hours.
There's too many.
It ain't gonna break my heart to get you replaced, you scab piece of filth. I'm the one around here who's making this happen. So you better start showing me some respect, you hear? When you're through, you and your men leave with Rosanna Soto. And I swear, Caine's gonna bleed. He said he was getting me out of here. Vasquez said he was getting me out.
Rossman pumps 12 gauges, steel tips, plastic, man. Hey, man, those trucks are fragile. So hook this bucket, Tanner. Don't wreck it. And watch for the escorts. If this is heading for Caine, that explains the docks in the warehouse. They make Vasquez's outfit look legit, ready to squeeze Caine out of Chicago.
Chicago or Vegas or both. We won't know till they meet up with this Rosanna Soto.
Look, I'll get what I can on her and Lenny. But I gotta feed you as many leads on these shipments as you can handle.
Okay. Keep them coming, Jones.
A lot of trucks full of danger. I guess it is going to be our job to take them out. No way this stuff is going to be leaving towards Chicago. And then the streets are going to be overflowing with a lot of blood. Gangster blood, but still, it's something we want to prevent happening. So we need to stop all the shipments. Jones is going to be doing some investigation about this Rosanna Soto that was mentioned. And in the meantime, our job is going to be stopping a couple of trucks full of arms. However, somebody is actually escorting the truck and he's going to be trying to stop us. This dude. Oh. I think he's gone. Yeah, he's gone. Ow. Let's go try this again. Did not really turn out too well. The way I actually was knocked into the wall. And therefore I did not really stand a chance, didn't I? Attempt number 2. The most difficult part of this mission is definitely the beginning. Being able to get yourself lined up with the truck correctly, and also making sure that the escort who's trying to stop us is also not going to be too much of a hassle. That's usually how the mission actually fails. Not per se you not being able to get the truck. I think that part is not per se that difficult to do. You have a higher speed in the truck, so being able to touch the truck oftenly enough in order to get its damage meter filled up, that's not per se the problem. It's this other dude over here. He's usually the problem. But the moment the truck is actually already taken out, then we can fully focus on getting rid of this guy. Something we are not able to do the moment we're still chasing the truck, of course, so... That I would actually suggest doing first, like I did, and then focus on the escort. And that way we've got all the time in the world. Do need to be careful though, because the damage meter is not going to be resetted the moment we get into the truck. And we are actually still tasked to bring the truck towards the safe house. So make sure to do the second part of the mission carefully as well. Otherwise we would have done the first part for nothing. There's no checkpoints in this game after all, so fail a mission as late as possible and you still need to do everything all the way from the beginning. In case I actually did not mention that yet in this project. No checkpoints in the missions. You need to do the whole thing in one go. Something that will change later on, luckily. The missions also become a lot longer in Driver 3 and onwards, so... What is it with these walls and clipping into them? You should expect me just scraping the wall, but actually bumping into it like that. I guess that has something to do with the way the game is actually built up in layers. Instead of one giant solid block. And the moment we actually get in between the layers, then we're actually able to bump into the walls. But alright, in the meantime, hopefully this other Brazilian that is able to check me is going to lose me in time. Looks like he will. Yeah. Just in time, actually. Oh. And we need to turn around. It's not easy with a vehicle this big. We are into the alleyway. Here we can actually find the garage. And here we need to store all of the trucks that we're going to steal. Here is the first one. Open the door. Get back in. Because otherwise it won't count. Good enough. So, first set of weapons off the streets. However, there is going to be more of them. The second one is going to be by far the more fun mission, I think. There's 2 of these missions. It's not like we're going to be doing this for the entirety of the Havana missions. It's only 2 of them. But the second one is definitely the more fun one to do. It is also the more difficult one, so I'm not going to be surprised if this one also takes me a couple of tries. Where we're going to be doing basically the same thing, but also a little bit different. And that little bit different, that is where the fun comes in. Stop the truck.
Next wagon's heavy with the jelly. Take it out before it gets across town.
This truck is indeed going to be packed with explosives. And yes, the explosives are going to be rolling out of the truck the moment we are following it, as you can see. So in this mission we're actually not allowed to move directly behind the truck, otherwise we're going to get blown up. Like this. That's indeed what it will actually do. Okay, this first one I was actually allowed to fail because I wanted to give an example. Don't actually drive directly behind the truck. We're not going to be able to get it that way. It will make it a lot more difficult. Now, first serious attempt.
Take it out before it gets across town.
Time to actually knock this truck off the streets by hitting it sideways. And that is of course going to be the trick. Or, if you're really good, since this is going to be a street where you are going to be able to cut corners sometimes, you can also try to actually get in front of it. And then make the truck try to push you. That will actually also count as him getting damaged, like this. This is of course by far the most fun way to try this. Actually making use of the physics of this game, like this. Now, let's go get back. Because of course we also still need to bring this truck towards the safe house. It's going to take a while, by the way. I got this truck a bit too early, I think, so... Man, this is going to be a very long route. Yeah, I can see how I need to go. Simply follow the street all the way this way. The avenue that actually surrounds the northern coast of Havana. There's people walking in the sea. Look at these guys. Oh, gotta love the simple programming of games like these. Otherwise funny stuff like that actually won't exist. And that is the reason why old games are not per se worse games than modern games. Old games also have their charm. Stuff like that is actually one of them. Speaking of simple old programming and the stuff it might actually bring, we're actually going over the tunnel to East Havana right now, and if we look towards the right, we're actually able to see a part of the tunnel like that. Also pretty funny. Yeah, the game is trying to make it look like the ocean, the sea. However, it is just an empty void. If you're actually able to clip through the buildings, just like in Driver 1, you're actually able to see that all of the voids in this game are also modeled like that. What's supposed to be the sea is just a whole lot of nothing. The way the pedestrians work is actually also made obvious with that. They actually don't walk on the street. They're actually walking around in the layer where the street is actually built on. That is the reason why they're also able to actually walk on the void. Actually making our way towards Vedado, or Vedado. Excuse my Spanish. Mi español no es muy bueno. And that is all I'm going to say. But anyway, is there anything more I can talk about? This mission is going to be very long one. Especially if I actually start ramming the traffic. And it's going to take even longer. And even longer if I actually start failing because of bumping into way too much stuff. I do have a high damage meter after all. Although it actually does go up quite slowly. It's a heavy vehicle, so getting damaged will actually go slower compared to a regular car. It's one of the plus sides of the heavier vehicles in this game. Even though they are slower than regular cars, they do have a better body, and therefore the damage meter goes slower. That does not mean that it actually does not go up at all. Eventually you will still actually get wrecked. So let's do this carefully now. We've almost arrived. And it would be a crying shame if I fail now. So no risks. Drive the truck towards the garage. Open the lockup. Get in. Not actually hit the wall this time around. Let's go do something different now. Never allowed to actually make the same joke twice, so now I'm going to park it into the other truck. Man, with all the damage I've been giving them, I think these trucks are not going to be driving anymore. But we don't care. Oh, am I not allowed to actually close the door from here? Screw you, game. Watch this. I will always have the last laugh. Let's go see what happens here. Oh. I was hoping the car would actually glitch into the door and something funny would happen, but it just goes straight through it. Well, here is me trying to be funny. Not successful, once again. But anyway, looking at the time, I think 18.5 minutes is a bit too much to actually also do the next mission. I luckily know what is coming up, and therefore I can already tell that it's going to be a super long mission. Not suited to actually put after this one, I think. So we're going to be saving that one for the next episode. Next time, starting off with a super long and also pretty interesting mission here in Havana. Hope to see you folks then. For now, a lot of ammunition has been brought to safety. Vasquez is not going to be able to stage a war with Caine quite yet. Thanks to us. Now, let's go see how our investigation will continue in mission number 4. Treecks out!